Hello and welcome to the Memory Card. All the E3 press conferences and presentations have basically officially all wrapped up now. There'll probably be another couple announcements here and there in the Nintendo Treehouse, like the Ridley Amiibo for Smash that was announced. But anyway, I'll start off with talking about the Nintendo presentation that just happened, and then the final rankings for the press conferences and why they're that way. So, the first thing that was shown in the presentation was, I think it's an indie game called Demon Ex Machina, or Damon Ex Machina, whatever. It's spelled that ye olde way. But it looks like a really fun mech game. It comes out next year, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that because mech games are awesome. After that, Nintendo showed the story DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it looks cool. Looks like it might be some kind of prequel, but I'm definitely interested in checking that out because I really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And then after that, Nintendo showed the new Fire Emblem game, which looks amazing. I love the way the graphics have been translated to the Switch. I hate that it's been pushed to 2019 instead of 2018, like I believe it was originally slated to be last year. But I'm looking forward to that. It looks like it'll be great. I love Fire Emblem. Then after that, a new Mario Party was shown, and surprised it actually looks good because all the characters weren't all in the same stupid little vehicle. They're all on their own. So I'm hoping that this will be Mario Party going back to whenever the games were actually good, because the most recent Mario Parties were not very good at all. I regret buying the one for the Wii U. But after that was a little sizzle reel showing a bunch of games. A lot of them were already announced, and other ones were previously leaked, but were officially announced now. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ, although I wish it was called Dragon Ball FighterZ, but I'm really glad that's coming to the Switch. I really wanted that game, and I'm glad it's coming out. I'm really looking forward to that because I love Dragon Ball games. And Hollow Knight, which was previously announced for the Switch, came out today, and right now it's downloading on my Switch. Alongside Fortnite, which just dropped today, also on the eShop. I'm looking forward to playing that because I enjoy Fortnite Battle Royale on the PS4. And speaking of another game that just went technically live today was Paladins. And I tried it out on the PS4 during its because it's free to play there as well, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to get the Founders Pack on Switch. That's also ready to go on the Switch whenever I'm done uploading this video, and I'm looking forward to playing that. It'll be free to play on the Switch later on in the summer, but I decided to pick it up now so that way I would have another cool, fun game to play on my Switch. Let's see. Also shown the little sizzle reel, what actually right before that was Overcooked 2, which I'm definitely looking forward to because Overcooked is one of the best couch co-op games on the Switch, and all the little additions and changes in 2 look really cool, so that looks great. Also during that little sizzle reel, Ark Survival Evolved and PixARK were shown, both of those. I'm definitely interested in checking those out on the Switch. I've had some interest in checking out Ark on the PS4 or PC, but on the Switch, that'll be a great way for me to check that out. Let's see. Also, during that reel, there Dark Souls Remastered was shown, but no concrete date was shown. It was just a general region of months, but I'm still waiting on that coming to the Switch. I really want it, but it sucks not having a specific date for that. And then the last thing that was shown in the direct was about 20 minutes or so was spent on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch, coming out on December 7th, and I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of people were thinking it was going to come out in September alongside the Nintendo Online service, but I think it makes sense giving it a couple months to make sure that there's time to fix any server issues, anything like that with the online service. But this Smash looks almost perfect. It's got every single character that's ever been in a Smash game, and I'm really happy about that, bringing back characters like Snake and Ice Climbers and all that. And there's some new characters as well, like Daisy, who's an echo character of Peach, which is the new term that's been given to characters that are basically copies of the others, like Pit and Dark Pit. So I'm really happy about that. And also, showcasing a lot of the new stages, like the Inklings have 2 stages that I saw from Splatoon, and that looks awesome. I'm looking forward to that. They showed off a bunch of the new assist trophies. They went into a lot of detail about mechanical changes with characters and stages, and I'm definitely happy that they went to that detail because that answered a lot of people's questions, especially with stuff like the GameCube controller support and that they're going to keep making GameCube controllers for Smash. So that's cool. And they did announce one new character, which I alluded to earlier with the amiibo. Ridley is finally in the game, which fans of Smash Bros. Have been wanting Ridley in the game since about the time of Brawl, so over 10 years plus at this point that people wanted Ridley in the game, so that's great. It looks amazing, and it looks just about like the perfect Smash Bros. Game for me, and I'm very happy about that because I love Smash Brothers. But my only complaint is I really hate that Waluigi is still an assist trophy and not a playable character. I really want to play as Waluigi in a Smash Bros. Game. It's not some dumb meme or joke. I do like Waluigi, and I want to be able to play as him in Smash Bros. I'd like to have more than just the tennis games you'll play as Waluigi. But that was the last major thing. It was fairly, as far as announcements goes and all that, it was very condensed. And that definitely factors into the final rankings because there was a lot of stuff that I wanted them to cover in this presentation, this direct, that they didn't. I wanted to know more about Metroid and Yoshi, which for some reason wasn't mentioned at all, even though it's supposed to come out this year still. There wasn't any more info about the online service or a lot of things, honestly. No, people were hoping for Animal Crossing announcements. That didn't happen. There wasn't really a mention of that other than within Smash. But my final rankings for all the press conferences, number one, I'm going to give to Sony because although there weren't a whole bunch of new stuff shown, they sold me on basically every single game that was shown. And a lot of those games I previously either didn't know much about or didn't really care that much about. But all of them sold me on those. There's issues with the pre-show being pretty much terrible aside from the Last of Us 2 trailer. And there were some weird things in between. But overall, I did really like all the games that were shown at the Sony press conference. I'm going to give the number 2 spot to Nintendo because even though there was a lot that they didn't cover that I wanted them to, I loved all the detail they went into Smash Bros. And there was a lot of really cool announcements that even though a lot of them were really leaked beforehand, like Fighters and Fortnite and all that, I'm definitely glad that all that was shown, and the fact there's actually hope for Mario Party being good again is nice. So I'll give the number 2 spot to Nintendo, partially just because a lot of the games that were shown I was all very excited for and got me with some really cool announcements like Hollow Knight and Fortnite all dropping on the eShop today, right after the presentation. I'm going to give the number 3 slot to Microsoft because this was their best presentation in the past 4 or 5 years or so, definitely, because I actually cared about what they were showing and actually made me care a bit more about the Xbox One for the first time since before it even came out. So it definitely accomplished towards its goal. The thing is, with the Microsoft conference going in, I wanted them to sell me on the Xbox One, make me actually care more about the system, and they accomplished that to a degree, but still didn't fully accomplish the goal of actually making me want to go out and buy an Xbox One. That's why they didn't top Sony or Nintendo for me this year. Sony, I wanted them to sell me on the games I either didn't know about or didn't care as much about because going in, I didn't think there'd be a whole bunch of new things. And Nintendo, the things that were shown were all great. I just wish that there was more shown, which is why it didn't reach quite the level of their presentation from last year, which was amazing and full of awesome surprises. In 4th place, I'm going to give it to Ubisoft, even though they had that really overly long, cringy part with Just Dance, and the way they showed off Trials was also really cringy, but a lot of the games that were shown were cool. Like, a lot of the points for Ubisoft for me came, which is how amazing they made Assassin's Creed Odyssey look, and the fact they made me care about a series I have not cared about at all since Black Flag. I had no interest in touching any of the games until this one coming out. And also Starlink really selling me more on that game and having that Star Fox awesome in that. Then the 5th spot is Bethesda, because again, most of the stuff was already released. Only real new stuff I cared much about and was actually sold on was stuff like Doom Eternal, although I still have some worries that it's going to be a multiplayer game only. And the fact that Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield were basically just logos, and that they completely killed all my interest in Fallout 76 keeps it from being very much higher. Then, below that, Square Enix, because it was mostly a waste of time with that presentation. There was very little new or interesting in that. And then, at the bottom where they belong, EA. I've already gone into detail about that. So, that wraps up E3 this year. I'm going to keep my eye on the Treehouse live stream, see what else comes out, because I do still love E3, and I'm looking forward to seeing more gameplay on Smash Bros. And all the other stuff they're going to show. But regardless, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the memory card where I review Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido for the Nintendo Switch.